Chef de l'UE, l'Europe doit agir, il est temps d'activer la clause de défense collective de l'UE.
Fundamentally, all of this points to a simple reality in today's fractured world. Europe must become more independent. There is no other choice. Independent in every dimension that affects our security and prosperity, defense and energy, economy and trade, raw materials and digital tech. Some may say the word independence runs counter to our transatlantic bond. The opposite is true, and we've just heard it from State Secretary Rubio. An independent Europe is a strong Europe, and a strong Europe makes for a stronger transatlantic alliance. Today is the time for action, and I want to focus on Europe's plan for independence. And to help frame this, I will borrow a line by Jerry Freigham, the US Assistant Secretary of Defense, spoken here in Munich in the 70s. I quote, "Unless a nation feels itself primarily responsible for its own security and well-being, it will leave the task to others and fail to marshal its resources and political will in its own defense." I chose this line from the 70s because it reflects some uncomfortable truth over many decades about how Europe's security was not always seen as our primary responsibility. But this has fundamentally changed. Also because the very same argument is true today. Europe needs to step up and has to take on its responsibility. Admittedly, it has taken some shock therapy, and some lines have been crossed that cannot be uncrossed anymore. But what is needed, at least, we all agree on, and we are delivering. The numbers tell their own story. Defense spending in 2025 in Europe was up close to 80% since before the war in Ukraine. The European Union is mobilizing up to 800 billion euros. With our SAFE program, we are investing in the capabilities we need, from air and missile defense to drones and military mobility, you just name it. We have remained relentless and creative in the way we maintain our support for Ukraine. And this includes, most recently, our 90 billion euro loan that Ukraine has only to pay back if Russia pays reparations. By 2028, defense investment in Europe is even projected to exceed the amount the US spent on such equipment last year. This is a true European awakening. And this is only the start of what we need to do. We must grow a European backbone of strategic enablers in space, intelligence, and deep strike capabilities. No taboo can go unchallenged. I believe the time has come to bring Europe's mutual defense clause to life. Mutual defense is not an optional task for the European Union. It is an obligation within our own treaty, Article 42.7. And for good reason. It is our collective commitment to stand by each other in case of aggression. Or in simple terms, one for all and all for one. And this is Europe's meaning. But the commitment only carries weight if it is built on trust and capabilities. And this is why we must be collectively ready. We must make decisions faster. And this may mean relying on the result of qualified majority rather than unanimity. And we do not need to change the treaty for that. We need to use the one we have. And we have to be creative. Take the UK-led Joint Expeditionary Force.
Ce site peut vraiment vous aider à améliorer votre compréhension écrite et orale de l'anglais. Grâce à l'IA, il découpe les phrases en segments faciles à comprendre. Vous pouvez régler la vitesse, mettre en pause ou revenir en arrière pour saisir chaque phrase. Le site propose des traductions dans 20 langues, rendant l'apprentissage plus simple. Il suffit d'entrer en niest.com dans votre navigateur. Essayez-le dès maintenant.